All right, welcome to King Kong Palm. Today we're going to be talking about kicks. Sha, sucker!
Kicks. Look at my foot.
So we're going to be talking about how you would use kicks in Sensei.
Right. There's a lot of misnomers that people do when they do kicking, and just how to set it up to get there and everything else. So, but we're just gonna go right into it. And
so one of the things we want to just let you know, everything in Sansao is there's a specificity to it. So you're not just doing the motion. You're not just throwing a kick to throw a kick. There's a reasoning behind it. So I'm looking forward to this at this episode. So let's do it.
All right. All right. The first kick that we're gonna do is the good old bread and butter straight kick. See for Gus.
All right. So we're going to talk about the front kick today. Let's get the LASOV in here. Come on. So nice to see you today. So we're going to talk about the front kick. So let's talk about a couple of things. So we're talking about extension and recoil. A lot of people will kick and go back like this. But in Sensao, because when I kick, I move my partner, I can't then move back. One of the things we always say on the street is, if I kick and move back like this, then a person can pull their gun out and do whatever they're going to do here. So what we're going to talk about a couple of ways that you're going to do your kick. One is ball of the foot. Okay? Some people say snapping, and we can get Master Ron to even comment on this. What we do is we kick, we follow through the kick. That's ball, okay? The other one is if you have the flexibility, right, then you go a little higher, right? You kick with the heel, boom, okay? And you use the heel, and it's like a driving sledgehammer to whatever target is. If you have really good flexibility, then you can drive your foot under here. I don't have that kind of flexibility. But one of the things I like about the front kick is you kick, boom, and then you're driving through. It takes you to your next strike. And it is important to understand that. A couple things you do is you make sure that when you're kicking that he's going to move. You need that visceral response. So if I kick and he doesn't move, in Sensao, it doesn't work the same. I need to know what the body feels like to have that pressure against, to know where's my balance, how do I transition into my next stance. So that's how we do the front kick. Is there anything you would like to add to that?
Oh yeah, we were discussing about, I see a lot of people doing this. It's really pretty.
Yeah,
now,
I was going to leave that alone, but yeah, you're right. We do have to address it, huh?
Yeah, a lot of Kung Fu or a lot of other arts also do these. Toe! You're not kicking with a toe!
So, my deep understanding of toe kicking is don't do it.
Unless your toe is badass.
I've actually met a lot of martial artists who have broken almost every toe in their foot because they've done this motion. You know, and I'm like, well, in Sansao, you do that. Yeah, in Sansao, you can do so much damage, some irreversible too, if you keep kicking like that, keep breaking the toes.
Yes.
You know, so yeah, so if you're doing toe kicks, know why you're doing them. You know, when we talk about toe kicks, so let me just stay right there, SOV. If on my target, my toes are driving into the solid object, yes. That's what we're talking about. Some people may say, well, we have a straight leg kick, okay, that's cool. But we're talking about when your toes are hitting the object. That's where you're generating so much force, so much inertia in your movement that when you, on impact, it can just snap the toes just like that. Yeah, you want to be careful of that. Yeah.
Yep. So remember, when you see a toe kick, but it looks like a toe kick in the form, it's really an instep kick. So if I was kicking, I'd be doing that. It goes like this, right? Here, you're not using your toes.
Yes. And ask your instructor just say, am I actually hitting with my toes or hitting with my instep? Because I need to know the difference. And because in Sensao, once you break your own toe in a fighting scenario, then it's hard to recover. Your recovery rate is a lot longer, so you have to be careful of that.
Right. If you really want to use your toe, do the whole iron hand thing. Instead of using
with
your
fingers,
toes, use your toes. Toes. All right?
It's probably easier and it takes less time if you just buy steel toe boots.
Yes. yes. Just use your steel toe boots and
next one. All right, now the next kick we're going to work on is the side kick.
Side kick.
So I'm going to leave that one to you. So what you going to do?
Well, one of the things about side kick that I want to address is it's a great kick to address about power. I was asking this the other time. Hopefully you understand. What is the strongest kick you can do? Dun, dun, dun.
Side kick?
No,
downward
any
kick, a downward
kick.
kick.
There you
Stomp.
go, a
Yeah.
stomp. When you stomp, your full weight, your full gravity is there. So it's 100% power. And as you go up, 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 that's your 50%. Any higher, your head will go here and your power lessens. And it's all about the speed and how you fulcrum your head and how much inertia you got going through your opponent. So remember, 100%, 50%, and then up to. Okay.
Hurts
so,
a lot.
Yes. So with side kicks, either you do an attack. So if he's coming in, go ahead. I already got you. But notice I fall back. What you want to do is hit him from the side, off to the what is called the 45, which is going to be another video that we're going to do. So what we're going to do is, as we go here, we're going to come out and then do the side kick. Understand? And notice I'm going low. The higher you get, it's cool and all, but the weaker it becomes. So as you go, and you can go on the other side here and kick here. And now you use your heel, you use the flat of your foot, right? But you don't use your toe.
No toes. No toes.
So, is there anything else?
There seemed to be a theme. Did we say don't use your toes?
Use your toes unless you have iron toes.
No, I like the concept of stomping, and and some people don't think that you can utilize the same principles or same methods of a side kick in a stomp. But when you drop the weight like that, it makes a huge difference.
Right.
So I like that because some people, it's like their upper body is going one way and their leg is extending in another way,
Right.
but you need to use gravity and drop on top of that. You
Right.
know, so it's really important. So let's move on to the next one.
All right, cool.
Next one.
All right, now one of my favorite kicks that we're gonna do is the round house. I don't know why it's called round house.
Maybe houses were round back in the day.
No,
No.
maybe.
I don't know.
I guess so.
I don't know.
So,
Write
my
in.
brother,
Write in.
write in.
And let
if
us
you
know.
know, please tell us. 'cause
Yes.
I don't know.
I would like to know that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, if you guys know, write in and let us know, and then Master Ron will sing you some chopsticks.
Keep writing because I have tons of them.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about round kicks. So I'm going to keep it really simple. So when Luis throws, as I rotate my body, think of winding up, right? So let's do that again. So the objective is, when I kick, he goes there, right? Now, that's a low kick, right? The other one is, if I move, there's a kick right there to the spine, right? And so what I want to do is I want to get used to swinging my body. Everything in Sensao is off of movement, right? So some type of movement. If I'm sinking, it's a movement. If I'm stepping, it's a movement. If I'm positioning, it's a movement. Kicks work the same way. So if he throws me a punch right here, right, and I kick, now this place is where he's at is too close, you would think. But this is what I love about Sensao. You learn to adjust under pressure. What he doesn't think about is that leg right there, and that's the one I will attack, right? So when you're doing your round kick, now, some people do the Bruce Lee round kick when they go, yeah, it's cool, that's cool. The problem in street fighting is if you notice when Luis threw that punch like he just did a second ago, look how close he got really fast. So go back to the rhythm and flow video and you'll understand why and how to attack in this position. Because once they get this close, raising your leg is going to be useless. And if you fight someone who knows how to take a person down, you get caught with your leg in that position with him that close, you're going to have a problem. So what you want to do is you want to learn how to manipulate the body to allow the next movement. Now, when we kick, we have two types of kicks. Top of the foot, we like to move the body with that. So if he throws this hand, right, and I come here, I can move the body. This is easy, not a big deal, right? The other one is, once again, that old ball of the foot. When he throws and I go, it just hurts a lot more. So you can play with that. So that's ball of the foot versus the top where the shoelaces are. So when you're doing a round kick, the goal in Sensao is to control the body. You're going to either control it with them being off balance or control them with pain. So that's what I love about this, you know. So anything you'd like to add to that?
No, roundhouses are super powerful. And the other roundhouses is the one that you like so much that you're going to do. No, I'm not going to.
So there's the reverse side that my brother here is going to do.
There you go. So the back roundhouses require a lot more setup because it's just super flashy, right? And it's basically without. I'm basically have to do this, come across and do that. Now, kicking like that is very, very like a crescent kick and a back roundhouse and another thing like that. You don't want to hit at the apex of it. Same thing with going. You want to hit from either going up or going down. Let's do this. Okay, so if I wanted to come across here, of course, making sure I ruin his center of gravity. So here, from there, come around. Can you move back because I don't want to. Yes. Pop, and I go across. Right? I trying to do that slow.
Well, thank you for not killing the SOV. We appreciate it. Hard to grow one.
I know. And when I was young, I could go around and slow down and then come down. Nowadays, if I do that, sciatica. Sciatica.
Is that a song?
It is. It should be, you know?
Sciatica.
If you can rap it, and I'll be the. All right. So back roundhouses are so. Now with the back roundhouses, you hit you hit with a heel, but you can also become like a 2x4 and hit with your calf, right? And I have done this where I got lazy, where if he goes here, I go here. From here, I just same thing. Again, more powerful also because it's lower, right? Right.
Nice.
And that's basically roundhouses. Now there's more about roundhouses because all these kicks that we're showing, there's a lot more. Ask your Sifu, your instructor, and so on and so on. If you don't, make sure you write to us and you get a free chopstick.
Chopsticks.
All right, let's do the next one. Now, one of the most iconic Kung Fu kicks and very devastating and practically invisible is the good old lotus kick.
Lotus kick.
My brother.
Like lotus flower tea. Okay, so when we're talking about the lotus kick, we're just talking about a simple motion here. You know, it depends on your flexibility. Some people can raise their legs up higher. I don't have that hip flexibility, so I like to catch it right at the beginning. So I'm gonna use the SOV here. So if he throws me a right leg front kick, right, I'm gonna catch him here. Now, what I like about that motion is he comes here, and look at his torso. Comes directly to me. So it allows me, remember, San Sao, next thing. What's the next thing? So if he comes here, right, you catch him. Make sure you don't hurt him because it's hard to grow an SOV. So what you want to do is when he does that, you can go 1, 2, and now you're into your motion, whatever that motion is. The other thing, you can do it off of a strike. He throws and catch him that way. Boom. Hard to see. He's focused on hitting me, right? He's focused on his punch coming here. So just put your arm out, please. Just put his arm out. So he's not thinking about this motion here, right? And I like to kick and turn my foot when I do it, and I like to utilize this circle here so I can drop with gravity so it allows me to go into my next strike. So I like the lotus kick, and I don't need the foot to be high, so if someone's here and they go to raise their foot, then it's easier for me to catch it that way, you know? But if, let's do a little acting with me, SOB. See if you can raise your kick like that. Let's see if I can get my foot up that high. Yeah, same rule. Right, same thing. So when you're practicing the lotus kick, it's a really good kick. And here's the thing, you can also use the lotus kick as an attack. Mm-hmm. You can also use it as an attack. So I like that, and that's when you go, ah! You kick them that way. So I like that. Wait, you had a kick, the little snaky. What was that snaky Michael Jackson snaky thing you had? Let's have you come and do that.
The other parts of a lotus kick is it's kind of, it is sneaky, yeah. Right? Where it comes in and hits, but this time you're hitting with the ball of the foot, right? So as you go here, I can do this. My foot comes here and hits like so. So if come over on this side, please. Oh, actually stay here, stay over there. And then what we're gonna do is on that side now. So I'm gonna come out and just come up. Right? It's kind of like a straight kick, but what I'm doing is here. I'm adjusting myself, right? So it's also, again, another awesome Kung Fu kick. It's complete, it's very, very, it's below your peripheral. So they're really nice, and of course, you can go further and further with these kicks, but remember, we don't have years here. So, ask your instructor.
Yes, and if you don't have an instructor, write in, make a comment below.
Comment.
On the next one.
On to the next one.
Okay, the next kick is a croissant kick.
Croissant. Every time I say that, you say that, anybody says, I get hungry.
Oh man, I want food now.
Yeah, chocolate
Now.
croissant.
Oh, really good.
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't you,
Okay.
make it happen?
A crescent kick is, does other arts do crescent kicks too? I guess so, but Kung Fu does a lot, and crescent kick is probably one of your weakest kick that you could ever do. But again, if done right, it's completely invisible. So, and remember, with crescent kicks, you don't have to put up your hand like so. You don't have to hit like that, right? What we want to do is here, and notice it's dirty. It's dirty. I'm using my lower. This.
That's
what
a
is
leg.
this called?
That's a leg.
Thank you. All right. So this is my lower leg, and I'm using it more like a 2x4 instead of a hammer. This is more like a hammer using her. So anyways, so there's two types of croissants. There's inside crescent and there's an outside crescent. So inside crescent, we bring it in like pop. An outside crescent, of course, is coming inside and coming out. Now, how we hit like that? We use your ankle here. I always like to do this. I just don't like using my foot because I've done it once before and it's like it hurt a lot. Now remember, croissant kick does not have to be high.
I'm hungry.
I know. Anyway, it doesn't have to be high. It could be hitting. That's a crescent. This is a crescent. Right? So again, this is a croissant. This is a croissant. I became French. So anyways, that's a croissant. Anything else, my friend?
Yeah, the only thing I want to add when we're talking about kicks here is one of the great lessons. So some people always ask me, do I need to, kick, hard things like Muay Thai people, harden my bones? And I say that you don't have to, but there is a principle that you look. So you look at the quadricep here, the quadricep is generally soft tissue, right? So if I use my tibia and I drive it into the leg like that, then it causes more pain to him. So you're going to use a hard bone into a softer surface. Now with the nerve endings there, it's going to cause a lot of pain. Now when we're talking about his tibia, right, I can use my back leg and move his body that way, if I'm going to do something like that. So think about those things when you're training. Think about, okay, I'm going to go hard to soft, right? And I'm going to go hard. I'm going to hit with a softer side, So think about those things as you add these type of kicks to your daily training. Yeah.
Right. Basically, yeah. I mean, remember, kicks much. If you do it correctly, it's completely hidden. But if you do it after the initial attack, there's a lot more setup that needs to be done because it is kind of like a throw or a leverage. You have to set it up so the person's in pain, and so on and so on and so on and so on and so on. But do ask your instructor on how to do it correctly. If not, you contact us.
Yeah. So yeah, and so like Master Ron said here is that you have to set it up. That's the key. Because like if Luis throws me a kick, right, and I go one, boom, before he hits the ground, I've used my front kick.
Right.
Right. So there's so many ways that you can use all the kicks that we've talked about here. And so, but one of the things you don't want to do is trade kicks. Because it's going to come down to who get the lucky kick in the right spot or who can kick the hardest. But it's better to be able to take him off balance and attack him while that foot's in the air. Because remember, you're still on one leg when you're throwing a kick to someone.
Right.
So.
And two things. Remember, if you want to add a little bit more oomph to your kicks, use your arms. Use it to propel. Okay?
Yeah.
And remember, the other two is kicks when you do your stances, when you shift. Those are kicks. These are kicks. They're just picking it up slightly. Right. But anyways, every single time you shift from one stance to the other, it's really actually a kick.
Sweet. I like it.
Sweet. But basically, thank you for watching. This is your kicking video that hopefully that you learned something. And if not, I don't care.
Yeah, we hope you got something out of this. Remember, do us a favor. Like and... Did I say favor?
Paper.
Do us a favor, like and subscribe. Also, share this with other martial artists. We want to get the community bigger and bigger and bigger. Thank you guys for who have written in, who's come to visit us, and who want to be on the show and different things like that. Please put your information down in the subscription, and Ron will communicate with you back. Wait a minute. Ron will, he's running, and he's gonna send you some King Kong Palm. It actually says King Kong Palm on there.
It says King Kong Palm in here. Oh, it is. There you go. So, dude, I bought a lot of these. So you better tell me your questions because I want to get rid of them.
If not, he's going in the chopstick business.
I know. And it's bamboo, so if you're a panda, you can continue eating it.
Yes. So remember, continue writing in and sharing the love. Get it out there. This is not to be opposed to any other systems. We're just talking about the hand-to-hand, the teeth, as Master Ron said, putting it back into Kung Fu.
And if you're a badass kicker, I would love to see you do these things in a Sun Sao format.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
Thank you.